We trust Sam Altman. What does his face tell us? Sam Altman controls a company that might dictate the future of humanity. People call him a visionary, a strategic genius, and sometimes even a threat to our own species. But what does his face actually tell us about him? And more importantly, how would you negotiate with someone like him? My name is Brian Galke, and for over 15 years on more than 80 stages, I've been revealing the skill of face reading, also known as physiognomy. This is the hidden secret to building rapport, closing more deals, and motivating your team. In this video, we are decoding the face of the AI revolution to understand who the real Sam Altman is. You know, Sam Altman is known for rapid growth and world-changing projects such as OpenAI, WorldCoin, Helion Energy. These projects are all focused on big changes that affect the future of humanity. And that's one of the interesting things is when you first look at it, what do I like to start with? Eyebrows. And the funny thing is, because of his eyebrow height, which we'll get into here in just a minute, we tend to think that he has straight eyebrows. But if you take a closer look, they straight and then they round out right here on the ends. And so what that is you think most engineers, typical people want straight eyebrows, which is get straight to the point. But what does he have? He has those rounded eyebrows. So kind of like we talked about with Elon, is that people with rounded eyebrows think about the people around them first and themselves second. Now it's hard in a day and age where everybody knows someone who leads companies because personal brand is so much more important. Yes, we know who OpenAI is. Yes, we know what their AI software is called. But we know the leaders of those corporations because personal branding has become so big. But people just like to hear the bad news. But when you look, his eyebrows actually have the rounded part. So he does think about, how can I help other people? How can I help humanity? And if you do some deep diving into a lot of the research project or deep diving into a lot of the projects that he has, he actually does things on a mass scale level to help people. If you want to gain an immediate unfair advantage, I've got a free cheat sheet on the 3 types of eyebrows that you can go and download, and then you just start paying attention to the people around you everywhere as they pass you by, just thinking, how would I talk to that person? It will change everything. Not only is Sam leading the vision of each of these projects, but he's also one that has to take on all the failures that go with him. Some of his previous ventures, it kind of failed, and he has to deal with a lot of bad press and media problems that are out there, and even more so with the development of OpenAI. But when you look at him, that's one of the things that actually makes him good at troubleshooting things are, when you go from the inside slit here to the outside slit, both of his eyes angle down. Now what you look is it angles down even more so on this side of his face, which is his professional side. It angles down more than it does on his personal side, but they both angle down a little bit. And what are people whose eyes angle down like that? Those are people who are worried about the downside of things. What can go wrong? What have you not thought of? So people whose eyes angle up, they want to hear about the upside of things. Tell me about the features, the benefits, all the reasons it's there. But when you're talking to individuals like Sam, whose eyes angle down, they're worried about the downsides. Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? What about this? So there is no right or wrong facial feature. So it's not Debbie Downer or rose-colored glasses. But when you meet someone whose eyes angle down like his do, they're worried about the downside of things. What have you not thought about? What do we need to think of? What type of positions do you see these people in? Q&A, help desk, building things, troubleshooting things. Why? Because they think about what could possibly go wrong. Go back and look at a picture of me at 18, go and research it, go check out on my Instagram. There's a picture of me at 18 and my eyes used to angle down a lot more. Well, what was that? I was raised in a very loving environment, but my parents were like, hey, what if things don't work out? What's your backup plan? What's your backup plan to your backup plan? It's people who like to plan, and what do you do when you're planning? Is you have to think about things that can go wrong. So when you see that on people, it doesn't mean that they're a Debbie Downer or a negative Nancy or whatever term you want to talk about. But they are people who think, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? So people whose eyes angle down are worried about the downside of things. So that's one of the things they've been talking about. Like, well, if AI replaces all these jobs, what's the downside going to be? Well, we need some type of universal income possibly, because there aren't going to be the same level of jobs that are out there today because of all the things that AI is taking away. So you want people who aren't just saying, yay, AI is great, their eyes angle up, but what do we have to worry about at the exact same time? Now, the third feature we're going to talk about is his eyebrow height. So a lot of his projects are some of the fastest growing things and require people to move quick. I mean, look at how far AI has come in just the last few years. It's absolutely crazy what's there. Well, people whose eyebrows are very close to their eye, like I say right above their eye, but then people lose their mind and go, well, where else will they be, over by their ear? When I say right above the eye, I'm talking about in terms of height away from there. So I do say height sometimes. Go ahead, you can make fun of me if you want. But yes, the eyebrows are closer to the eye. Those are people who make very fast decisions. They need minimal amount of data to get going on things. So if you're dealing with people who have higher eyebrows, well, higher eyebrow people need more time to make a decision. Lower eyebrow people want to get to there as soon as possible. So when I was in corporate America and go into somebody's office and I was talking to them, I would take a look at eyebrow height. And if their eyebrows were high, then I know I'm going to be in there talking for a little while, because people need time to think about it. Now, why are his eyebrows higher? Because people are going like this. Oh, I don't know. Let me think. People who make decisions very fast go, yep, let's do it. They squint. And what happens is eyebrows come down over time. So people with low eyebrows make decisions fast, very quick. People with high eyebrows need more time to make a decision. So what does Sam Altman have? Very low eyebrows. And with the way that technology and AI is changing every day, that's more important than it's ever been. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe here for more videos on decoding faces and improving communication.